A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Howdy, howdy. All right, I guess this is live. Trying to pull it up here. Oh, you can't pull it up over here? That's so stupid. Why does it still say that too? How's it going? Trying to get started here. What does it say there is not a tornado on the ground? Why it still says oh man. Sorry guys, just getting started. Just trying to monitor. There's no way to see your metrics from PC. That's so stupid. How's it going, guys? We have severe weather for tomorrow. Guys, what you're looking at here is my YouTube stream, WX Rundown on YouTube. If you guys want to pull up the stream to get the full experience, I'm not going to be able to see as much on the TikTok stream as I thought. So if you guys want to go over to YouTube, WX Rundown, I'm going to be breaking down the weather for tomorrow. Right now, though, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
A whole line of storms in Nebraska that's been going through. You guys are currently under severe thunderstorm watch, and then as you can see over here, it's actually just going into this green and brown area overnight. And that green and brown area is our big storms for tomorrow. I really wish I could see this stream a different way. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. Doesn't show me any of the viewers' messages or nothing. That's unfortunate. The best way to be able to watch is on YouTube then. I can't get it to really work on the stream here. But if you guys are on if you guys have YouTube, definitely go to YouTube WX Rundown, all one word. I'm live over there for a breakdown of the weather for tomorrow. We have severe weather, potential uh tornado day tomorrow as well for Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois a little bit, Michigan potentially, and even down to Indianapolis. So definitely a active weather day tomorrow, especially a lot of large hail and wind tomorrow as well. Tornadoes are actually the lesser of the threats tomorrow. Here, let me show you guys. So here's that threat for tomorrow. And so all this green is a 2%, or let me see, what do I got pulled up here? So this is tomorrow. So we got slight risk, marginal, and then the enhanced risk is in the orange there. So the orange is definitely the big zone tomorrow that we need to be watching out for. So we're talking about Chicago, Grand Rapids, Milwaukee, Oshkosh, Green Bay, up to Merrill and Brooklyn Park. So we're talking about a wide area here from Wisconsin over to Michigan, even parts of Illinois and Indianapolis. And I can break down here as well for you guys. Let me get that overlay off. Big Alabama, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. So let me pull up. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to bounce back and forth from TikTok to the YouTube stream. Definitely, it's going to be the easiest if you guys can go over to YouTube WX Rundown. If you guys want to follow my page, I'm going to do a breakdown. I'm going to be live all day tomorrow as well. As soon as the storms start up tomorrow, I'm going to be live pretty much the whole day, breaking down and giving you guys up to date images and real time information about the alerts in your area. So right here is the big area for tomorrow. Again, that big enhanced risk area in the orange there. I'm gonna miss some of you guys' messages. I'm sorry. So here is the tornado threat. Tornado threat was upgraded today to a 10% significant severe with some hatched risk areas here in the yellow. So that is the biggest. Liz, thank you for the follow. So that hatched area there. So there's little. We call it a hatched area because there's little lines through it, hatched through it. And as you can see, this big yellow area tomorrow is the biggest tornado threat area for tomorrow. So we're talking about it's mostly for Wisconsin, pretty much the whole state of Wisconsin, or at least half of it, right down the middle of it, is at the biggest tornado threat with a 10% hatch risk area. So you're talking about, I'm not sure how you say it, Eau Claire, Merrill, Kashina, Green Bay is just on the line of it, Appleton, Oshkosh, up to Sheboygan, Beaver Dam, Madison. This whole yellow area right here, biggest area to be concerned about for tomorrow for tornadoes, that is. And then as you go further out, you're talking about the brown areas and a 5% risk and then a 2% risk as well, and anywhere in the green. So that is for tomorrow, as you can see, huge area, but the biggest risk for tornadoes tomorrow is in that yellow hatched risk area there for Wisconsin or much of Wisconsin. But we cannot rule out anywhere south of here from Chicago to Indianapolis, down to Bloomington and Springfield. Because as these storms fire off, if that cap breaks in the atmosphere and the warm air is allowed to move out, then storms could fire much more south of this. So definitely, I'm sorry if I can't see your messages as usually like I can usually. I'm doing a whole different setup here. But if you guys want to send chat messages over on YouTube, definitely go over to YouTube WX Rundown on the live stream over there. It's the full live setup. I don't have to kind of bounce around from camera to camera over there. So I'm gonna try to keep you guys. I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated as much as I can, but I definitely can't see your messages like I usually can. Well, I could if I. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this instead. I'm just gonna. How do we rotate this around? I'm a little bit new to TikTok here. There we go. Flip the camera around. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna keep you guys like this, and then if you guys want to see any of the live stream, you're gonna have to go over to YouTube WX Rundown. Ardmore, Oklahoma for Friday and Saturday. So Oklahoma is gonna get their fair share of it here come next week. Friday and Saturday though, I don't believe you're in the crosshairs for anything on Friday or Saturday. Um, that would be a day three. Day three, Oklahoma. If you're on the eastern side of Oklahoma, you are at a kind of a slight risk to marginal risk area, from anywhere from Tulsa east. But Oklahoma City and west is fine. Let me see. I'm getting to you, soccer. Hold on one second for Evansville. Hold on. Got a few of you in here that are asking for places. I'll try to get to you guys as much as I can. Did somebody give me a gift? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm hitting everyone's messages. Ardmore. There we go. Check. Ardmore. Again, if you guys want to head over to YouTube, that's the best place to do it because I can see your messages and I can directly. Oh, I enabled. Nope, that ain't right. That ain't the right place. Elias, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm working on Evansville next. I don't know why. It just put me in the middle of. How do you spell Ardmore? Ardmore. Ardmore. There we go. Yeah, so Ardmore is down the southern side of Oklahoma, or right on the near the Texas border. So you're on like kind of like you're right on the edge of that marginal risk for Friday. Again, I wouldn't worry too much about Friday, but you do going into day 5 and 6. Let me see. Yeah, day 5 and day 6 is when you're gonna have some active patterns. So really, it's gonna be this weekend, I believe, for Oklahoma. Anywhere from Friday night into Saturday and Sunday is when the severe weather is expected to pick up for Ardmore. So definitely stay weather aware, and I'll try to keep you guys as updated as much as I can. But we're going into a very active pattern uh, starting tomorrow through next week. So it's gonna get real hectic here soon, as far as to keep up with stuff. All right, we're talking about Evansville. All right, Evansville for tomorrow. Let's look at Evansville for tomorrow. First of all, Evansville is in that slight risk area, so that yellow area. Again, if you guys want pro storm chasing, thank you so much. Thank you guys for the hearts. No problem, Liz. Holly Lawn, thank you for the follow. Thank you for liking the live, Liz. Evansville is in that slight risk area for tomorrow. Who was asking? Soccer was asking. So, what does that mean? So, like I was just saying a second ago, for Evansville tomorrow, the tornado risk is not as much as it is for the rest, like especially up there in up in Wisconsin. But if the cap, basically, there's going to be capping in place, which means there's going to be a layer of warm air up in the atmosphere that's kind of blocking the thunderstorms from producing. If that cap is allowed to be pushed out and pushed away, then it's going to give free range for that warm air from the ground to rise up, build thunderstorms, and create potentially rotating storms like thunderstorms, like tornadoes. So for Evansville, the bigger threat, I believe Evansville is in a pretty big threat for hail tomorrow. Yeah, so Evansville has a 15% significant chance, hatched risk chance of big hail. Again, Wisconsin's going to be really hit hard here. Anywhere from Madison down into even Chicago and Grand Rapids and even Fort Wayne. We now have an upgraded 30% risk, severe risk chance of severe hail for tomorrow. So that's actually the first I'm seeing of that too. So the hail risk tomorrow is even upgraded even more for up there in Wisconsin and surrounding areas. So it's going to be big time hail, big time wind, and the tornado potential is definitely there as well. Um, so Evansville, let me see one more second here for Evansville. I believe yeah, so the wind and hail threat are going to be the biggest threats tomorrow for Evansville, and then but don't rule out a tornado or two, especially if you see thunderstorms starting to fire off like crazy, especially if they're by themselves and not in one big line. That's when you want to kind of stay weather aware as well. Do you think Chicago is going to be too bad? Chicago is definitely under the crosshairs for tomorrow. You're looking at major hail, like probably hail that you haven't seen in a long time. Potential. As long as the storms come through, you get a good chance of seeing some pretty large hail tomorrow. Like I was just saying, Chicago is an upgraded risk chance now for tomorrow for 30% chance for severe hail. It's in a big red hatched area. Um, and then the wind threat, and then let me see the wind threat as well. I believe that was a 30%. Yeah, the wind threat's also a 30% hatch risk area. So Chicago's in play for all three tomorrow: wind, hail, potential tornadoes. So definitely stay weather aware tomorrow. Make sure you're following this live stream, and I'll also be live on YouTube all day tomorrow. As soon as the storms start firing off, I'll be live to make sure that you guys are being taken care of and know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Why does it keep saying like Olivia just got #1 gifter badge? Are people gifting me stuff? Because I'm not seeing it. I don't, maybe I'm just being stupid, old man-ish. Kathleen, thank you for the follow. Melissa, thank you for joining. Caitlin, thank you for the follow. Again, if you guys want to see what I'm looking at right now, I'm sorry, but until TikTok gives me access to connect to my streaming software, I have to do it this way. But if you guys want to see the actual full live stream, you can definitely go over to YouTube and type in WX Rundown. Caitlin, I see you over there from TikTok. Appreciate it, Caitlin. Yeah, so this is the best way to see what I'm seeing. And also, especially for tomorrow when the weather actually gets pretty bad, you're going to want to be over on YouTube to see what I'm talking about and see it. Adeline just got the #1 gifter badge. Is that unrelated? I don't understand. How does Adeline get the #1 gifter badge? Am I just being an old man here? Yeah, I have no gifters, so that's just unrelated. It's so stupid that TikTok does that. All right, does anyone else need to know about their neck of the woods tomorrow? I can break it down a little bit. Yeah, Caitlin, make sure you follow on sorry, not follow, subscribe on YouTube. That way you'll know if you're in the area tomorrow, the severe weather area tomorrow, definitely subscribe so that way you can be notified when this channel goes live tomorrow. And I'll be breaking down everything as it comes through. Vincent says Highland, Illinois. All right, we'll do Highland. See where Highland is. Parts of Illinois will definitely be part of it tomorrow. All right, so if you are over on the stream, you'll see it on YouTube. I can break it down for you so you can kind of put colors together, but YouTube's gonna, I know I'm gonna be sounding like a broken record here, but YouTube's gonna be the best way to see what I'm talking about. Because I can't keep going back and forth with putting the camera back and forth. All right, but let's get into it. Highland, Illinois. So Highland, Illinois, just generally, we'll go through each category here. So for tomorrow, Highland is going to be right on the line of that marginal to the slight risk. So from the green to the yellow. So a level 2 to a level 3. Um, so you're right on the line of that, right outside of St. Louis, it looks like. I believe that's the right area. Yep. Yeah, so Highland's going to be right on the line of that. So the biggest threats tomorrow for Highland are definitely going to be the wind and hail threat. Again, like I was saying a little while ago, it plays true for Highland as well. Um, the biggest threat tomorrow, you still have a 5% to a 2% because you're right on the line there. You still have a 5% risk of tornadoes for tomorrow for Highland. Um, the bigger threat though is definitely going to be the wind and hail, especially if those storms fire up. Again, there's going to be capping in place. So there's going to be a warm layer of air that's stopping those thunderstorms from rising up and creating big supercell thunderstorms. So if you do see that a lot of storms are firing off though in your area, and a lot of them are going severe thunderstorm warning, they all will start to have the potential to rotate. So you're definitely going to be weather aware for tornadoes. But again, it's not going to be the main event tomorrow for you. It's going to be wind and hail for the most part. Yeah, you believe you are in the 30% risk for wind and hail, or no, you're in the 15% area. So you're right on the line from the 5% to the 15% area, risk area. Again, it all depends on how early these storms fire off for you. Um, because if they fire off late in the day, they might already the front might be already past you, and you might not have much to worry about. But if they fire off pretty early in the day, you're definitely gonna have to watch out for sure. And if we go to see if we can pull up our future radar here for you, see what we got for. Pull up the future radar and see how far we can go. That's the new model coming out. Go. Yeah, right now we're going to about 3 o'clock in the morning. Or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sorry. And it does, again, I think 3 o'clock is still going to be too early. Yeah, so right around 3 o'clock is when it's starting to show a little bit of storms firing off to the southwest of you. So I would say right around 2 or 3 o'clock for Highland going into the night. That's going to be like once you get around, I haven't looked at the latest models besides this one, but once you get further to the night and once this whole system gets by, I believe that you're going to be in the risk area, I believe, for Friday as well. Let me pull that up. I believe you have also a slight risk for Friday. I'm still talking about it. Yeah, okay, yeah, you read my mind. You're talking about Friday. Yeah, Friday is actually your bigger day. So Friday, you're in an enhanced risk, so a level 3 out of 5. Um, so Friday is going to be the bigger day for you, unfortunately, as far as severe weather goes, because you have a large slight risk area, and then you're in that enhanced risk area, the orange. So definitely, Baron, thank you for the follow. So definitely keep an eye out for tomorrow, but Friday looks to be shaping up to be the worst day for you. I should have known better too, by looking at where you were at in the map. I already knew what Friday was looking like. So again, we don't have any type of estimates for what Friday looks like as far as significant tornadoes go, or significant amount of tornadoes, not significant tornadoes. But based on all the models I saw earlier, there's going to be a lot of CAPE in the area, which is convective available potential energy. So that's just basically like tornado juice, severe thunderstorm juice. So there's definitely enough of it in the area that could definitely fire off. So we'll just have to keep monitoring it and see what the Storm Prediction Center comes out with tomorrow for Friday. Um, yeah, no problem, Vincent. Yeah, just make sure you're following this stream, and if you can, go over to YouTube and follow WX Rundown. It's the same name as my TikTok here. If you go over there, though, it'll notify you when I go live. I'm going to be going live tomorrow as soon as the storms fire off in the afternoon, and I'll probably be live for pretty much the whole afternoon and night um, until these things kind of quiet down. So hopefully, it doesn't get too crazy. Perfect. Thank you, Vincent. I thought I saw something. Yeah, unknown user. What is there anything for Iowa? Yeah, Iowa. Well, let's take a look. So let's go over to back to our day one. Day one's or well, day two, because we're talking about tomorrow. Yeah, so Iowa's gonna be a little tricky here. You're gonna have some thunderstorms and stuff that are gonna roll through later on. I believe overnight tonight. Let's see the again, if you want to see any of this, just make sure to go over to YouTube. I'm streaming live right now. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about and I'm seeing on my stream. So here's the future radar I have pulled up. Let's see. Iowa going to get any of that of it? Is are going to go too far to the north? Let's see here. I don't think Iowa's really expecting too much. Might get a few rumbles of thunder, so a few storms roll through. But for the most part, yeah, Iowa's going to stay pretty clear out of this. It looks to be splitting itself in half there. So yeah, the big main event's going to be to the north of you, um, up in Wisconsin, and then also to the east of you. So Iowa should be shaping up to be okay as far as tomorrow goes. Nothing crazy for Iowa. And then let's go on to day three, and I don't think much as well. Yeah, not much for Iowa either for Friday. So Iowa seems to be in the clear for the most part here. We do have some wind advisories though that are going through for the next little bit here, so you're definitely going to be having some wind, and that's going to be mostly associated with those thunderstorms that are rolling through tonight to the west. But again, nothing too crazy for Iowa. Yeah, just some thunderstorms. Nothing to worry about. You've been through thunderstorms before. Again, these are going to be if they do roll through, it's not even guaranteed. Thanks. I was getting kind of worried if it was able to produce a tornado or two. Yeah, you can never rule out, especially when it's peak tornado season right now. You can never rule out a tornado or two, but as far as a tornado for your area, it's very unlikely. Um, let me pull up. Let me see what I can pull up here. If you pull up the YouTube, what am I doing? All right, so here is, and we have a thing called the significant tornado parameter. This goes for the next 18 hours. And as you can see, we go forward. That is for tomorrow. And here, since I got you, give me a moment. I'll join the YouTube. Yeah, there you go. Join the YouTube and then let me know. I might, hopefully the YouTube looks good. Let me know if the YouTube looks good if anyone's over there. What's going on, Tufts Weather? Yeah, let me know if the YouTube channel, if the YouTube live stream is looking good. I'm getting some overloaded errors, unfortunately. So, all right, what else? Give me a moment joining the live. Tufts Weather, thank you. Caitlin, thanks for joining. Vincent. Kathleen, thank you for the follow. Trying to get everyone caught up here, what everyone was saying. All right, I think I got, fortunately, I'm getting, my computer's taking a poop right now, unfortunately. All right, so what we're looking at right now, what this is this is the significant tornado parameter. So it's just another tool we use to figure out if there could be some, chance of some tornadoes in the area. So we're looking at right now, this is for 11 hours from now. And so as you can see, there's a little bit of juice there showing up for Iowa as the storms roll through. But as you can see here, as we get further in, it really explodes as it gets outside of Iowa. So there's definitely juice in the air. I don't believe that there's any cause for concern here as far as Iowa goes. So this is just one thing that we use. And so let's see, surface-based cape. This is like tornado juice. So this is another thing. I know it's a lot of bright, colorful options here, but as you can see, it kind of erodes away. It's not too, it's there, but it gets way stronger as it moves further east. So there is going to be definitely juice in the air, but I believe we're also going to have some capping in the area as well. Let me see. Where's the cap? Right here. So that's going to be the biggest issue right there. So this right here is called surface-based CIN, which is basically the capping. So the capping is what's allowing it not to form storms. Uh, looks like my stream might be looking like poop. I'm here. You mind if I see what you're talking about? Yeah. So right here is the capping. So this is what you're seeing right here is the capping that's in the area. And so this one that we're looking at right now, basically, yeah. So right now, basically what this looks like right here is the capping. And so when you have capping involved, and as you can see, much of Iowa, right here, much of Iowa is covered with cap essentially. So that's gonna not allow the storms to develop and produce storms. So until they move further east. So even though the storm juice it might be there, there's going to be capping in place. It doesn't allow it to actually form. So again, it shouldn't be anything more than just rumbles of thunder and some thunderstorms. So for the most part, you should be. All right. My computer is not liking me right now. Oh, it's still got TikTok Studio open. Well, that's not helping. What about now? Did that help it? Man, my PC has just not been cooperating lately. I've done upgrades, I've put new coolers on, and it's still just not enjoying life as a computer. Yeah, no, you should be fine there, unknown. maxed out PC right now. I don't know what I could do to make it better. All right, getting a little bit better. Yeah, just make sure to subscribe, and if any storms come through in your area, I can't be live always, but I'm definitely going to be live tomorrow as the storms move more east to you. So definitely keep an eye out.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, new severe thunderstorm warning for Kansas. So let's get all this stuff off. We'll talk about some severe warnings that are happening right now. Where is this storm for? Oh, it's
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
where's that at? South Dakota. So yeah, they're already moving. Pretty much already out of the zone. Thank you for the follow on, man. It does not help that it's hot in here as well. What is these hearts? TikTok is wild, man. There's so much stuff. Like so many things to follow on it. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a very busy day though. Tomorrow will be a busy, busy day. Right now we only have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings and no tornado warnings. So,
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
So these thunderstorm warnings are moving out of Nebraska up into South Dakota now as they move forward to the northeast overnight. And then they're definitely going to be progressing over into Wisconsin. And once that happens, that's when the real main event starts. How do I get rid of that? Where is this at? Future radar, future time. There we go. And then we'll put that up. And radar time. There we go. Now I'm back to normal. How's Pennsylvania looking, Jenny? Let me take a look for Pennsylvania. I believe Friday will be your day to watch out for weather. So, Jenny, if you would like to, I can explain it to you. If you want to join the YouTube channel, WX Rundown, it's the same name as what I have here on TikTok. You can see the visuals that I'm about to explain for you. So, going into anywhere specific in Pennsylvania there, Jenny? Hey, we got Liz back. Thanks for joining back, Liz. Anywhere specific, Jenny, for Pennsylvania? I can just do broad areas in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. So for tomorrow, we're half of Pennsylvania, the western half of Pennsylvania is in a marginal risk of severe weather. That's going to be definitely more on the later end of tomorrow into Friday. Danya, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Around Pittsburgh. Okay, perfect. So that's basically, so Pittsburgh is pretty close to our slight risk. So you're definitely not going to be out of the woods tomorrow. Again, when the storms come through tomorrow, I'm going to do a future radar here to see, but I can't do HRRR. It's not far enough out yet. So we'll go GFS for that. All right. 5:14, 5 p.m. So that was earlier today. Sorry if I talk to myself here a little bit. Just trying to get it all loaded up. So as that loads up, we're looking at PA. That's right around Pittsburgh. And those are storms moving in. You have a few thunderstorms that are moving in overnight. Nothing crazy. And then tomorrow, how do we already in 5:16? How did that happen? Oh, this is a big block here. Let me go back a little bit. Where are we at? 5:15 is tomorrow. Yeah, so you're going to have scattered thunderstorms that are going to go through the area tomorrow night. Again, I believe tomorrow the biggest threat for Pittsburgh is definitely going to be after midnight tomorrow, going into Friday. I'm showing storms going through the Pittsburgh area anywhere from like 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. And then once those roll out, I believe you're also going to have some pretty good storms come through tomorrow, Friday night. So Friday is going to be the bigger day, I believe, for you. I'm not including the Friday switch over from Thursday to Friday, but I'm talking about actually Friday night. Let me see if I can pull up. Again, if anyone wants to watch what I'm talking about, you can go over to my YouTube. I'm live over there. I can't get access to TikTok live streaming on my computer yet. Um, so unfortunately, I have to kind of do it this way. But if you guys want to hear what I'm talking or see what I'm talking about, just go over to YouTube, WX Rundown over on YouTube. All right, so Pittsburgh is not. It's Pittsburgh's just in a marginal risk as well for Friday. But again, there's going to be more storm. I think the storms on Friday for Pittsburgh, going into Friday into Saturday, overnight hours from like 10 to 11 into early morning hours on Saturday. That's going to be, I think, the bigger storms that are going to come through for you, according to these models right now that are being shown. But you're not in any risk for any significant severe weather. Again, a marginal risk at most for Friday and tomorrow. So Thursday, Friday, marginal risk. Tomorrow you are in a slight risk, almost in a slight risk area, but again, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just keep an eye out for the weather in case something changes drastically different. But for the most part, it shouldn't be nothing more than just some thunderstorms. Maybe a thunderstorm or two might have some decent sized hail with it and some winds with it, but other than that, it should be fine. Yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning for Nebraska.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Unless that one expired. That's what it is. It expired.
A
South
severe
Dakota has
thunderstorm
one as
warning has
well.
been issued.
No problem, Jenny. Yeah, definitely follow. I'm going to be live tomorrow and Friday for the most part. Friday is going to be a little bit more trickier for me, but for tomorrow, I will be live almost the whole day. So we'll see how it goes. My goal tomorrow, though, is to provide as much coverage for viewers as I can. So definitely make sure you're following on TikTok and YouTube if you want to follow the coverage tomorrow. But the weather is really dying out here, which is good for the moment until it gets up past the Dakotas into um, up into God, I can't think right now. Minnesota. There we go. Up into Minnesota and then over into Wisconsin. All right, Jenny. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Peyton, thanks for joining. I'm gonna flip back the camera to the stream here, so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about as I go through it. So this is what I'm talking about over here. There's my stream setup. Can't do it on the phone right now, so this is the next best thing to do. So I'll just have to check over here when you guys are talking and see if I can answer any questions for you guys. But tomorrow we're looking at tomorrow's risk area. Let's pull up tomorrow's risk area so we can talk about it again. So we have a pretty good enhanced risk area here in the orange. So anything here in the orange is our enhanced risk area. So that includes places like, it includes some pretty major places in cities, including Chicago, Lansing, Michigan's in on that, Kalamazoo, Muskegon, Milwaukee, Madison, Oshkosh, Appleton, Green Bay, Merrill, Eau Claire, Brooklyn Park. So all of these areas here that are in orange are all on the cards for tomorrow for significant tornado risk, significant hail, and significant wind. So we definitely need to, if we're in those areas, make sure that we are staying whether we're tomorrow. Again, I'll be live pretty much all afternoon and night tomorrow covering this. So make sure you're following not only this, but my YouTube channel, WX Rundown. As you can see, I'm live over here on YouTube. And this is where we have the full setup with a full camera, all of the weather alerts on there, the sounds, the whole shebang. So definitely go over there and subscribe if you want to be alert tomorrow for weather alerts, and I'll be breaking down all the storms and alerting everyone of the storms that are running through and going over any potential tornado warnings and considerable severe thunderstorm warnings, anything like that. So that is that. Let's look at the hail, or we'll do the tornado risk first. So here's the tornado risk for tomorrow. Anywhere in the green is a 2%, anywhere in the browns a 5%, and then we have this hatched risk area of 10% significant severe tornadoes tomorrow. So this includes Eau Claire, Merrill, Kashina, Marshfield, Stevens Point, Black River Falls, Appleton, Oshkosh, includes Beaver Dam, Madison's in on this, and then Kenosha is right on the very tip of it. So anywhere in this yellow area needs to be hyper weather aware tomorrow because, like I said, there's going to be major hail, major wind, but also a significant tornado risk in this yellow area. Let me get to some questions really quick here while I'm looking over. I'm in Watoma, Wisconsin. So let me show you where Watoma is relative to this. So we're looking for Watoma, Wisconsin. Watoma's right dead set in the middle of it, okay? So, Amy, you definitely want to be weather aware tomorrow. You got some probably big time hail coming tomorrow. Pretty good thunderstorms with lots of wind associated with them. We're expecting, 60, 70, 80 mile an hour wind. So, some pretty considerable severe thunderstorms tomorrow, potentially. And then also this yellow risk area that you're seeing right here. Here, I'll even put it a little bit closer. So right where that blue dot is, that's where Watoma is, considering, in consideration to where the tornado risk is, which is all that yellow there. So you're definitely smack dab in it. So you definitely want to be weather aware tomorrow. Um, Again, I'll be live all afternoon and night tomorrow, covering all this, covering all new alerts coming in. So make sure to follow right here on TikTok, but also over on the YouTube if you want the full viewing experience. WX rundown on both. All right, let me see. What time is it expected to hit Green Bay? What time? What time? Yep, going over that right now for you guys. All right, so we'll go over the HRRR. The HRRR is a pretty good range model that is pretty accurate. Let's see. I'll go over Green Bay next. Just Green Bay is going to be right in next to Watoma too. So I will talk about Florida here in a second, but Florida should be good. All right, so right here, as we can see at the very top here, 4 p.m. for tomorrow. That's 4 p.m. local time tomorrow. It actually might be my time, which is Eastern. So I don't know if you're in Central Time. You're probably in Central Time, so an hour behind. So this could be as 3 p.m. essentially then. So as you can see, it's goes to 4 p.m. I can't go any further. But as you can see, Eau Claire, Minneapolis, the storms are already starting in that area. And so you might be like, well, they're up there and they're moving this way. Yeah, what's going to happen though is once the storms enter this area right here, you're going to see them fire up and head your way. So another model here. So maybe more into the evening to the nighttime hours that storms are fire off for you guys. Yeah, so let me pull a different model. I think the NAM only goes about 18. So here's the NAM 3 kilometer. I'll get you guys closer here in a second. Just taking a second to load. There we go. That's a better view for you guys. All right, so there's Green Bay on this. Green Bay is here. So we got Green over here, and we got Watoma over here. You guys are both affiliated to each other. This right here showing 6 p.m. I'm assuming probably Eastern, so probably 5 p.m. your time. And the thing to note here, okay, if you guys don't know too much about it, is this isn't really a line of storms. It's not really exactly like this. Is just what it's predicting it might look like. But as you can see here, there's lots of little storms here, little clusters of storms that are popping on their own optical line. And that's really what you don't want to see when it comes to like tornadoes and stuff. So definitely, as you see there, it shows it in. So it's line forms. Definitely 10 for tornadoes. So especially being in that yellow hatch area, really it's going to be more wind and hail than anything. But it's there, so that's why we need to emphasize the threat of being there and make everyone still be aware of it tomorrow. Don't get worried about it, but the potential's there. So as long as you know it's there, you just stay alert. So this right here is showing green at 9 p.m. So maybe 8 p.m. Central Time. So again, I think this is going to be firing off. We go back a little bit. It'll start firing off here from like 40 Central Time to like all the way out to midnight. So I use that kind of breakdown for you guys here in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's definitely going to be the largest state on the gun bar as far as it goes for severe weather. Let me back it up with talking about regional summits. When this started in I'm I've created all these tools for myself to deal with these situations like this. So Menominee. anything about Florida? Yeah, Florida, I believe Florida has nothing going on a few days. Yeah, there's nothing going on in Florida. We get like Florida, whether it's being on and off chance of a thunderstorm and then nothing 5 minutes later. But as far as the necessary weather threat, no. Beaver Dam's cons. Let's Beaver Dam is actually we'll do Menominee first because it was that first. Right, so Menominee is definitely going to be negative area, which is definitely still that yellow hash area. So this is a few I'm already here with still. And see, the storms really start to fight off for them. I'm probably putting that still. I'm sorry. As early as probably 9, 10 a.m. tomorrow, you'll start to see the skies kind of darken, maybe clouds roll through. That's just really the pre-curve to it all. What's really ended up happening here is by 4 o'clock here, all this back to happen. Really, at least we get its act together as you get to the evening view. And then really, we're looking at 5, 6, 7 p.m. Those lines over there, that's really our big respect for wind and hail. So, as well, your low area is a significant tornado. Right area is a 10% hash area for final. And then that area through there, even down towards Green Bay, I was talking about, that's the risk for wind and hail. So, definitely strong wind and hail potential. What else? Even I'll get to you guys. I'm not sure if anything right there. Everyone's telling me something. We're both saying stuff. I say like 2 messages all this. I'm just going down the line. All right, so Beaver Dam's script. So where I just was. It is. All right, so Beaver Dam. If you're still here asking about Beaver Dam, and Beaver Dam is in the yellow hash area. That's the hash area for 28 tomorrow. So again, a big part of that league wind and hail, especially if they develop these lines like this. We pull up. Especially they have one like that. See how long there? It kind of makes sense. All down. That's going to be putting a lot of wind with it. And the hail also significant. So we're going to make time tomorrow with potential hail. All right, potential hails. So Beaver Dam, we're showing some starting off as 4 p.m. And then really 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m., 11, 12. Again, you guys most should be out of the for the most part overnight hours after 6 p.m. around midnight or so. But in the yellow area, actually fine after midnight, so as it moves forward. Right. We get player basha there. So player basha. Let me see how
The correct pronunciation is Menominee. The correct pronunciation is Eau Claire.
Again, guys, if you guys need I'll be live all after starting things tonight. Make sure y'all get safe. I'll be breaking up all things that radar coverage tomorrow. I'm still out selecting YouTube over here if anyone's tuning in over there. This is the YouTube live stream over here. So as you can see there I am. I have a whole tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning breakdown, including my weather index that I put it myself right there, currently at 1800. Anything usually over 2500, we got some pretty crazy going on. So that's a good way to tell as well. And then again, over here we have breakdowns and overlays to help guide you through it. So definitely, if you guys have a whole experience tomorrow, definitely go follow over on YouTube at WX down. All right, let's get back to your messages about Warren, Michigan. Yes, Michigan is interesting because Michigan is part of it is definitely in it. So let's see where Warren is located with that. Where Warren is definitely not that's available. Make sure Warren, Michigan. All right, so as Warren's right outside of it. All right, so if you wanted to try it, let's that's only about. All right, so here is right now at midnight. So Warren, Michigan, got blue dot right there outside of Detroit. So Warren, Michigan, right now, it's got a little touch of blue right night. It's right in the morning. Let's see, that's that country, just in a little anomaly there. But really, this is the summer, the whole last summer, not as much. So there's going there in Madison. I'm trying to get out of this rabbits before me as stuff this morning. So that's all not out of this. So I'm going to show to Warren. It looks like by maybe tomorrow. So we're talking about Thursday night going to Friday. It looks like some closer to Warren until about 11, 12, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and then we push out the area by morning hours for Warren. Warren is on that side risk. Outside risk. Warren at least 8 on the 2% risk, just over the 5% risk for natives. If we want that at an outlet for tomorrow, is whole area. There's Warren there inside risk, and we got answers to it. So probably the least tomorrow is going to be the window. So keep an eye out for that. I really want to say everything we log on. Now, West Tennessee. West Tennessee. So for West Tennessee tomorrow, there's no market. West Tennessee, over to Friday. West Tennessee is 60 days. It depends how you start on Friday. See this upgrade. We're going to answer here. For ND and for Missouri. So it really depends on how this we don't have actually we're going to information for that. So we kind of want to answer more tomorrow on what I think is going to happen. But I would say for West Tennessee, tomorrow's not really working much out. Just a little weather March over here. But Friday's going to be your day for West Tennessee. Randall, you can follow. Warren, Michigan, I got you already covered. Randall, you Warren, Michigan, got you already. LSAU. Let's see, Chicago Lights. All right, I got you. Sorry, it's taking a while, guys. If you guys want to see the actual stream, YouTube, down. You guys will be able to see the actual stream while I'm on this recording. There it is. Chicago Heights. There we go. All right, Chicago Heights. All around here. All right, so this is sport. So kind of back here. This is going to be right, not tomorrow. I can area. So this is that you're one out, but early day, probably need more tomorrow. So kind of like you're just like that hands wrist, side wrist right there on the orange yellow line. You're actually more interested in hands wrist. So I'm in Chicago. Chicago Heights, Chicago. You guys all need to wear some forward here in a state for tornadoes. But the March like stuff and you especially when music. So let's see when we start out here. I need a real special questions. I need one question. I don't know and these you guys around. Your messages. This is 15 mark we have. And you guys are around there's 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you're big on it. It's the time now. So I think we're from the 5 o'clock till definitely at least midnight. I'm thinking midnight. If not, so let me check out the log that you already got. All right, see you later. You know, I know it's a or you follow me. Men no social media. 2 minutes of the focus. Men no men on me. Not me. I'm going to shout out me. I don't know about your advice. I'm not going to get all under. So the others are some that follow that. I've followed for years. You know that. see that's the year. Let's see how you're all feel for things. They're all percent. We haven't definitely 50%. So I think I'll fix up. So I'm very. I mean, I'm just keep on so much for 3%. So I can't always have a little. I'm sorry, I'm doing. I'm still looking more. I'll do it more. So. Marginal the area does that more about honesty. So again, take as you pick and then again you're gonna be there at least the Friday so they're open for you to be able to show them scary we're talking about people like you I don't know tomorrow. All right, let's go back to right around what's it, an hour and 5 people in the so it's just your see if we can spell that down or severe weather tomorrow and not really rest if you are March scared again you're going to be in tornado well it's a very short Marshfield, Wisconsin. I use Wisconsin area because Wisconsin is so much under the gun. Marshfield. I'm almost there. I'm not the 80 messages. I can get through these faster, guys. So I'm just start getting general areas so I can get through the messages. I don't want to feel like you guys hanging. But again, I can't keep up with the pace, so I can't. So basically, just find yourself on the map here and tell that's all. Yeah, we're YouTube. So you can do the map. I'll you guys want to right. That being said, we'll talk about Marshfield. There we go. Marshfield, we can like here's the video. But